Something that we're still looking for is where the hell is Haason Reddick? Day 21 of the Haason Reddick holdout. The fines are racking up to an astronomical rate, especially after missing a preseason game, and no signs of that slowing down right now, which is I'm kind of just reaching the frustrated stage. Like obviously the Jets put out a lot like their side of the story in the last few weeks, and I'm not going to put 100% in the blame on Haason Reddick, even though he hasn't. I don't think he handled it perfectly. Same time, like I think the Jets do deserve some blame for this. Like, how do you not know the situation once you trade for him? This feels like you gotta meet somewhere on the middle here. I'm not necessarily saying you gotta pay him this massive contract extension, but I something has to get done and soon because we're less than a month away from the regular season now.
Yeah, I mean, he's missed a lot of valuable practice time integrating with the defensive scheme and learning the nuance of it. That's obviously a major concern. And then just also the fact that the Jets have kind of botched the situation, not knowing what it was with Hassan Reddick, and now he's just been missing and he's still holding out. It's been a lengthy holdout. It's been a costly holdout, which is pretty insane that he's been willing to sacrifice all this money, but I guess he's viewing it as somewhat of an investment, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I'm also reaching a frustration point, and I want to ask you this: is there any chance he gets traded? Like, I know that they traded for him. Any chance he gets traded before the start of the regular season to a team that's willing to give him this contract?
Yeah, that would be so bizarre, right? Like you give up a future third round pick for him and then like flip him before he ever plays a down. The thing is the Jets do need him. Like I see a lot of Jet fans who look at this Jets defense and are frustrated by Hassan Reddick, and I completely understand it. Like I get where they're coming from, but I don't think the Jets could afford to not have Hassan Reddick on this roster, especially you lose your best pure pass rusher in Bryce Huff in free agency. You trade away John Franklin Myers for peanuts. And I get it. Like Will McDonald, that you want to have a bigger role this year, fine. But I don't think he's close to an every down player. And right now, the Jets' fourth edge rusher is Michael Clemens. They love to rotate guys and keep guys fresh. And Reddick would be this team's best pass rusher. This team's built on having an elite level defense, and without Reddick and on the edge, I don't think it's an elite defense. It's still a very good defense, but if they want to be a top 3 unit in the sport, I think they still need this guy.
I mean, I do agree with you. I think he's necessary to the lineup and the structuring of the pass rush, but if he's just not cooperative and he's not out there, then I don't really know what you can do. I mean, maybe they do have to explore something. I'm not sure, and I think that it could get interesting as we get even closer here. Like we've said, it's under a month away from the start of the regular season, and with him still not having reported to practice, does he even have the playbook? Has he studied it? Is he training? Is he getting ready? Will he be there on the field in week one, even if he reports? Like, I don't know. And I just think that all of those question marks and variables considered, maybe the Jets look to move on before they even get him on the field. I don't know. I think that's something that would be bizarre, would be absolutely wild and unprecedented, but honestly seems to be somewhat of a possibility. But I'm hoping that they just figure it out. They get him on the field, whether it's just a race for 1 year, whether it's the long-term deal, whatever the case might be. They got to get him on the field. He is necessary to this lineup, like you said, and he's a very good player who increases their chance of maximizing the Super Bowl window. So they got to figure something out here.
Yeah, Harlan chimes in, says if Reddick wants to call it a career, that's on him. Jets can't afford a long-term contract because they are up against the salary cap. And then First State follows it up, says the Eagles held tight for 2 years and Hassan did not get what he wanted. So I agree. Like I don't want to be paying Hassan Reddick into 2026. If they could redo the number for this year, get more guaranteed, and maybe you have to tack on a year in 2025. I'm okay with that, but I don't want it to be a long-term deal for Hassan Reddick. I don't know. I just wish they could find a way to get him on the field, even if it's just for this year. It's not 24 and 25. If they use him as a hired gun, so to speak, and is kind of just going to be a rental in a year where they're going for it, for a 2026 third round pick, so be it. But they got to get him on the field, and at this point, like it just feels like there's no end in sight, and fans are getting frustrated. It feels like the Jets are getting frustrated, and I don't know what the end game is here.
It's really tough to predict, and I don't know. I can't tell exactly how the Jets are going to be able to maneuver their way forward and out of the situation. And I don't know what Haason Reddick's really playing at here, but again, like I said, something just has to be figured out. They need to come to some sort of resolution because of his significance to the lineup and the expectations of this team, I think, really tie into all of this. This is a team that made this trade and knowing that they are in a small Super Bowl window. They're trying to win now. They want to load up on as much talent that will help them win this season. Haason Reddick was a big part of that, and now he's not on the field, and he might not take the field this season. That's really concerning. So, in terms of just maximizing this championship window, they really got to figure out a way to get him on the field this year. And if not, I don't know. They got to get creative, I guess.
Yeah, that's right, but they kind of put themselves in this spot by letting Bryce Huff walk, which kind of goes back to the my original fear this offseason. But then number 2, you trade away John Franklin Myers to clear cap space. And suddenly like that edge room, which was really, really deep. And with Reddick, I think it's a very good edge room, but again, after Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens as your starting duo, with Will McDonald rotating in without Haason Reddick, that really weakens it. I don't know what the play is here, but as you said, they might have to get a little bit creative. But this is a little bit of a stain on what was a really good and fun offseason and what's been an exciting training camp.